Hey guys, what's up? Today we're going to be doing Point of View by Silverchair off the Neon Ballroom album. This one is in kind of a strange tuning. The only thing I can recommend here is that, see, all the strings, or for the most part, the strings are going to be tuned up, and in some cases it's a fair amount. So it might be a good idea to get a lighter gauge of strings on your guitar, both because it'll be easier on your neck and because it will give you a little less tension on those high tunings. So having said that, here's the tuning. The bottom string is going to be a G sharp, and yes, that has to be tuned up to G sharp, so it's like up 4 frets, something like 4 half steps. It's quite a bit. So G sharp there and a G sharp here, so they're both unison. And then you have a D sharp here, so that's up a half a step. You have another G sharp here, which is up a half a step. You have A sharp here, or B flat, which is actually down a half step. And you have a D sharp here, which is also down a half step. So, I have a flanger on because I think the intro was done with a phaser, and I don't actually have a phaser, so flanger is probably the closest I can get. Anyway, with the tuning in mind and the disclaimer about high tuning, let's get into the verse riff. So the verse riff is a cycling pattern of basically 2 chords. You're going to go to the 5th fret on the G string and the high E string, and the 3rd fret on the B string, like so. So when you strum this, just try to hit the 5th on the G with some open strings below it, like so. And then hit the high strings like this. And then you go from the 5th fret G to the 4th fret G and strum the low strings again. Then the high strings like so. And then open G string. So altogether the first part slowly should sound like this. Then you're going to slide down to 1st fret B string, 3rd fret high E string, and you're going to hit the open G string and hammer onto the 2nd fret. So hammer on, and then the high strings will go like this. So, and then you'll go on the high strings again, like so. And then repeat. So I'm going to try to play it all together slowly so you can get a sense of how it sounds together. So that repeats through the verse, and we'll keep going back to that throughout the song. So the pre-chorus is actually just 2 simple chords. First one is what in standard tuning would be A minor 7. So 2nd fret on the D string, 1st fret on the B string. and you just strum that once. And then go to the 3rd fret of the A string and leave the rest open except for the bottom string and hit it again. So after that 2-chord pre-chorus, we'll get into the chorus. And for this, you're going to need the distortion. So the chorus is pretty simple actually. You're just pretty much going to be riffing on the open strings with, there's going to be a melody on the B string that you'll follow. So the melody on the B string is going to go from 8 to 7 to 5 to 2 to 3 and then back to 8. Kind of like that. So when you add the open strings, it becomes this. So it should be fairly easy to get that down. And then the next part of the chorus is going to be pretty much power chords on the bottom strings. So you just bar the 5th fret, 2nd fret, back to the 5th fret, to the 8th fret, and then back into the chorus melody. Like so. So it's a pretty easy part to the chorus. And then as the chorus ends, you'll get this little, I don't know, kind of a post-chorus, I guess, but it's just, you're going to hit the open strings, mute it, and then go to the 10th fret of the G string, and it's going to sound a lot like this. And from there you'll go back into the verse riff. So after you go through another verse and another pre-chorus, chorus, all that crap, you're going to come to a bridge. And the bridge is almost the same as the pre-chorus, except it's going to be with distortion. And so you're going to go back to this sort of A minor 7 chord here. But instead of just the 3rd fret of the D string, you're going to do the 3rd fret of the A, D, and G strings. And then after that, it will go back into the ending of the chorus riff, so it'll just be. And again, after that, it will sort of, instead of, or at the end of the bridge, sorry, it will just go between these 2 chords again. And then back to the verse riff. And that's really pretty much it for the song. Those are the only consistent patterns, I guess, or riffs. You have the verse riff, the pre-chorus, chorus, and all that other stuff, but there's really not a whole lot to it other than that. They just kind of repeat sections back and forth, and of course the ending is just the verse riff over again. ends on all the open strings. So I know the verse riff was kind of sloppy there, but anyway, that's it for Point of View, and it's a really cool sounding song. It's one of my favorites. I kind of like the tuning, but it's probably going to be hard on my guitar, so I'm not going to keep it in that tuning very long. And I don't really recommend you guys do either, unless you lighten up your string gauges quite a bit, at the very least on the low string. Anyway, I've rambled on enough. Thanks as always for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy.